First query, Shanta Pashumati, 200 shares of Nalco at 93 rupees. What is your sense?
Well, congratulations. You had the conviction to stay put. Three things working for Nalco. One is the iron ore part. Second is the bauxite, which is another produce of that. And both these things are adding up to extreme good value. All the three things, they had an 8,000 capex, which is now going to see realizations from 1st of January. So I think 200 rupees on this stock could be easily on the card. So stay invested. It is a very good investment you've done. And today it is hitting new highs for the 52-week. I think 180 to 200 is very much on the cards on Nalco.
The thing with Nalco is that it's a great and a very efficient cost producer of aluminum, and they have access to bauxite mines, and these mines are captive in nature. And given the environmental clearances, availability of new mines, the fact that these mines in a sense have got a very rich iron ore, it will be difficult to replicate a Nalco. Second, the efficiencies in Nalco are kicking in. A lot of inefficiency was that's kicking in. Third, you don't know which way China would move. And if there is anything in terms of demand coming back at a global level now that inflation has peaked out, then pockets like, then metals in a sense always becomes a go-to sector. So if you frankly ask me whether it is, short term or medium term or long term, in terms of the scorecard for Nalco, Nalco is one of those most brilliant cost efficient companies you have anywhere in the world. The second question, it's on Tata Power. It's from Mr. Malik from Delhi. And the query is 15,000 shares of Tata Power at 203. I have a long-term horizon. What should I do? Bhasin Saab.
Well, congratulations to the viewer. Excellent pick. And he's, sat through this volatility. Tata Power has just been an outperformer in the last 1 month. And I think there is miles to go. The management itself has sounded very, very optimistic that cash flows could double in the next 2 years. Plus EV charging, renewable power, solar energy, they are in every gambit. And the regular utility business, which is doing extremely well. So 375 is a target which I could see. He should take some money off at 350, but if he has a longer term horizon, I think he's in the best private sector power play and should remain there.
Praveer Sinha has already gone on record and said that by 2027, their profit, their EBITDA, and their bottom line would double from 2023. Tata Power has decided not to expand their thermal business, but they're looking at energy transition. And what energy transition could do? Can they become big in EVs? Can they start putting charging stations, which they're already planning to do? So there are a lot of terminal value businesses which Tata Power in a sense would generate. There was a time when Tata Power used to get a stepmotherly treatment largely because of the global businesses, largely because of the Mundra power plant. But that's all legacy now. Power as a sector is here to stay. Power demand is growing at a rate which means that in coming days the demand for capacity would kick in. And the terminal value for Tata Power would increase largely because it's a Tata Group company. But B, they are really reinventing themselves for being a foremost player in energy transmission distribution. Bhasin Saab, there is so much happening in the power sector that you don't know whether the big gains are going to be made in energy distribution, energy transmission, EV, or pure way in which how energy generation would be done.
Correct. Generation, transmission, distribution, EV, all are playing out excellently. That is why you've seen the monopoly share go to NTPC, RECPFC, not to forget the power lenders. But I think Tata Power is in a very sweet spot, and I would definitely be very bullish on it. It is also one pedigree stock where even though valuations have been stretched, it's from the house of Tatas, and they have already always delivered way ahead of what they promised. So I think it is a very good investment to stay put in, and power may be at the best place right now, and we could see even more better times in the next 2-3 years once we have more clarity on the government and so on.
What is your price target for Tata Power? For somebody says that, look, I have a time horizon which runs into years, not into months also.
Well, Nikunj, at 21,700, I think 375 would be a good target. And if you are looking at a longer term, it could stretch to 400. But being a utility, you have to realize there are a lot of ifs and buts. We know what happened on the unbundling of their Mundra side and so on. And cost controls do play a part over there. So I still think there is a 25% upside in this stock, and I would say stay put.
Another query, the last one for the show. Viral Shah been holding 3,500 shares of IDFC First Bank since 2002. Great buying price, 46.5. I want to hold this for another 5 years more. Looking at the current market and valuations, can IDFC be the outlier? Bhasin Saab.
Well, congratulations. Even I have the same stock at a slightly lower price in my personal portfolio as a disclosure, and I don't intend to sell it even like you for the next 5 years. I think Vaidyanathan has made an extremely good brand as a bank, and now after the merger, it could see little more pressure on margins as it merges with IDFC, for which they have got the go ahead. But in my opinion, this is a doubler in the next 2-3 years, or maybe a business as a bank which you just want to stay invested in. The price and performance will be a part of the how the asset quality and other quality of deposit play out. But it's a very good franchise to own.
But what about their exposure to unsecured loan? And some would argue back and say, Bhasin Saab, that look, that's a worry. I mean, they're trying to build a business which is somewhere Reserve Bank of India has raised a flag.
Yes, see, Nikunj, I think there was a part of it which was there, part of their overall book when it merged with IDFC, when it merged Capital First with IDFC, which was a lending institution, high cost of deposit. But over a period of time, they've got they've relinquished that, and at the cost of lower deposit, which has seen their margins. So I think another couple of quarters, and this ambiguity on uncollateralized, which the RBI said, I think it will get sorted out. Hence, both IDFC First and Paytm deserve to be bought at these levels.
All right, Bhasin Saab, thank you for joining us. Thank you for answering the queries. That's it on this edition of Tracking Technicals. Thank you for tuning in. Last 1 hour of trading left. Stay tuned to ET Now.